to our next speaker, Mohit Kumar Toshniwal.
Just a basic introduction. First of all, everyone can hear, I guess, at the back also. Yeah, I'm a full-stack software engineer with more than 3.5 plus years experience. Mostly I've been doing front-end, back-end, mostly JavaScript, everything. Recently doing freelancing. And first of all, before proceeding further, how many people have you heard about React 3 Fiber in the first place? Have you interacted with them, maybe building small 3D application as well or something like that? Okay. So my talk is not going to be mainly about just React 3 Fiber. It's mostly going to be about AR, VR, basically building AR, VR application using React 3 Fiber. It's not going to be much on the coding aspects. It's going to be more about demo, showcasing the potential, basically what you can do using React 3 Fiber. And first of all, like for people who don't know about React 3 Fiber, it's basically a React render for 3JS. And I'm assuming some of people might be knowing at least about 3JS, or if anyone. Yeah, so basically for people who don't know, it's basically allows you to build 3D applications for the web. It's quite popular. There are other libraries also like Babylon, etc. But for people who don't know, I'll just played some videos of what is possible using React 3 Fiber. Anyway. And I'm going to shift the gears a little bit to AR VR now. So how many of you have worked with, played with Snapchat or Snapchat in the sense like makeup, virtual try-ons, etc.? Yeah, I guess it is girls should some people should raise, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, and caught some Pikachus on Pokemon Go, maybe. Yeah, okay. And maybe recently, I'm not sure whether people have ordered from Amazon or not, maybe Flipkart or somewhere, I'm not sure. But on Amazon nowadays, you can get the View 360 button also, where you can interact and see 3D models of your applications like table, etc. in your living space. So that is also, so basically what I'm trying to say is like, it's not like AR is completely now, you can ignore it. You should, I believe everyone should start exploring it, because nowadays you can have a lot of applications with regards to AR, VR. And going forward, I just want to clarify, what I mean by AR is mostly about augmented reality. It's basically placing 3D objects in your real world. Virtual reality is more about going to a different environment itself. And mixed reality, I believe it's more of a mixture of AR, VR. The definitions are going to differ from people to people. I just want to keep it like this simple here. And for people who have maybe in college days or some time back when you're basically in schools, you might have basically created native games or something using Unity, Unreal or something like that. So just wanted to say that previously it was available. Like if you wanted to build AR, VR applications, you could build it using Unity, Unreal, AR Core or ARKit, etc. But there was no native support from browser. There are some exceptions like 8-Wall, Zapper, which allows you to build AR, VR applications using 8-Wall also, sorry about that. But with regards to WebXR, with regards to browser now, WebXR API also has come up. Basically, it basically allows you to build AR, VR applications. It's a successor of VR API, which was only for virtual reality. But it has some pitfalls, like basically, it will allow only WebXR API, if you want to work, it's only going to work for Chrome, Android. And for iOS users, for now, it's going to be, you need to basically install another application for it. And with regards to VR, if you want, you can basically use Quest series, and Apple Vision Pro also have supported WebXR API. So you can build virtual reality applications using it. This is a live demo. If you're interested, you can scan the QR from live. And for iOS users, you need to basically, again, sorry for the basically part, but yeah, iOS users, you need to again install another application, and then you can go about and check this live link. This is built using completely, and the second demo is about virtual reality, where I built a prototype, you can say, which allows you to play video players. It's going to take the videos and you can play it in VR as well as the normal mode. Most of these applications which I've shown you have been built using most of these libraries. One is the React Fiber, which is the core logic, React render logic has been written for it. Dre is nothing but just a helpers library. You can say like it allows you to, like normally how we have any kind of web application where we have different reusable components. It's basically built using a lot of people by the community. They have created components, you can use them. It's very helpful in that. Leva is nothing but just a GUI interface you might have seen in the top. It allows you to change the models, colors, etc. And GLTF JSX is basically going to allow you to convert to GLTF model. For people who are not aware about GLTF, GLTF basically a 3D formatter. Like normally how you have images, you have different formats, PNG, JPEG, WebP, etc. For 3D models also you have different formats, OBJ, GLTF, FBX, etc. But GLTF is quite performant for the web, and you can use this GLTF JSX to convert the GLTF model to a JSX component, and you can mix, and JSX nothing but like how we normally have div tags, etc. And the other library, which is React XR, which is basically allows you to create VR, AR with React Fiber. Most of these demos which I shown you previously have been built using these libraries itself. And recently, one more library has come up, which is called UIKit. It allows you to build user interfaces directly. Now you can, without going to HTML, CSS, you can create user interfaces. The use case is not about replacing HTML, CSS, etc., but it's more about giving you the option to reuse the logic. Like the previous example where I've shown the virtual video player, there also you could have used the UIKit. Let me give a demo. The UI kit also under the hood uses something called Yoga Layout, which is again powered, which again React Native also uses under the hood. So in one way, most of the thing it's going to be similar if you're writing React Native. And honestly, after attending yesterday and today's talk, how much I'm seeing a lot of interest is there on having one single code base. So in future, I believe like if you're planning for, like in future at least, I believe like we'll be having a lot more interaction using AR, VR also. And I believe you can, and it's still in nascent, so you can interact with it and you can learn more about it, I guess. And for people who are concerned about accessibility, there's also a library from the Poemandus community, which is React 3.11. You'll be able to add tab focus, etc. I did not add that. I've not explored much, so I can't comment much on it. And just to show some demos. Of what is possible using UIKit. And that's it for the talk.